Here we are. Do you all see that now?
Yep.
I surely do.
Mhm.
Okay.
But what of our friendly goblin pal who has remained silent thus far?
I can see the thing.
Good.
I'm a thing seer.
You sure are.
So it's right between the red light district and the warehouse district.
Indeed.
Oh.
Of
But there's
interest.
a lot of cash checking places in there then.
Bail bond agencies.
Huh.
So
Payday
many
loans.
cash for gold shops.
Dog the bounty hunter and his actual, like, were-dog or something.
His were-dog Beth. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, they have to hide from the silver flame.
Bounty, the dog hunter.
Oh.
And also quicker picker-upper. So
Alright,
are we,
so what you doing?
I'm guessing we're coming in through the torch fire? Or firelight? Like, is that up or down? Or are those
Across.
not connect? Okay, across.
This is like one strata of Sharn, so this is all the
Right.
same level.
It's like a CT scan.
Mm-hmm.
So should I see if there's anyone in the area I know who might have further information on these folks who are reputedly connected to the organized crime?
So you're asking to find out who House Tarkanian might be dealing with in the local Tavrix Landing area,
Yeah.
I guess? Okay. Sure. I don't know if you've set these up, but I set up two macros in the... if you click the cog icon on the top right, there's a 1d6 and a 2d6.
Yep, I see them.
All right. Just click the in bar and then show macro quick bar.
Yeah.
All right, and then click the 1d6. A 5. I believe that's just a success.
I believe it is.
You're skilled with it, so yes, it is a success. No fancy bonuses.
That's okay. I didn't fail my first roll for once.
All right. So which district are you asking in?
Well, where are we?
Anywhere you want to be, really. If you want to just be like near to High Wall, but not within it, Dragon Eyes, maybe? The Red Light District.
Yeah, that seems like the kind of place where there would be sketchy people who'd be connected to organized crime. Possibly
that sounds good.
informants.
Indeed. So if you mosey on to the Dragon Eyes district, it's a red light district, and it's mostly what you think it is. But there's also gambling dens. Basically, this whole district sells vice of the lowest sort. And it's not terribly concerned with anything beyond with whether its clientele can pay. It also offers, just as an aside, because I'm reading it right now, a somewhat unique experience in that the Velvet, I guess you'd call it a brothel, features an entirely changeling lineup. And they sell... Yes, they sell certain experiences that can't be had anywhere. In fact, it's actually told that they don't even just do what you think they do. They also do, like, taking the forms of a traveler's wife and child to just spend a day with them. They do weird stuff.
Okay. For a second, I was like, holy shit.
No, not that way.
What the fuck?
They might do that too. I mean...
Why is Gurn working here? What?
Oh.
Aw.
All right. But, yeah, poking around, pretty easy. There's a lot of shady people here. And more than likely, Deps talked to at least a few of the locals. What he comes up with is that, well, the only place that he knows of that has... this place actually, in general, is ran by the changeling kind of mafia, almost. That might not be a surprise given the Velvet brothel.
Right.
But there is kind of contention between them and House Tarkanan. And they're mostly looking to make a foothold here, but at the moment, as far as you're aware, there is no official House Tarkanan presence. And that's what you learn.
Well, I did not hear the last part of that.
Basically, the idea is that there is no official House Tarkanan presence here, but they are looking. The word is that they're kind of looking to establish a foothold, but no one knows as to who that might be doing that.
Okay, so we know they're trying to expand into the High Walls district.
No, into the Dragonized district,
Oh,
not the High
Dragonites.
Walls.
Okay. So we don't
But
know.
it is adjacent to High Walls. So.
Right. So we don't have any firm details on who to avoid or who to approach if we're trying to deal with this without pissing off House Tannen.
Tarkanan.
Look, it's going to take me some time to get used to all this, like, House Moff Tarkin and all that stuff. So House Tarkanan.
Horse Tarkanan.
House Biff Tannen?
Hello, my name is Tannen. Horse
It's okay. In one of our
Tannen.
other games, I would get the name of some city wrong all the time. Oh, right, it was the Dragon Age campaign. You were there.
I was. So, we ought to tread carefully, because we don't know exactly who is getting into the business, but we know the business is being got into.
Sounds right.
That was me summarizing it to the rest of the Reclaimers. It'd be best, I reckon, if we didn't make too big of a ruckus.
Probably a good idea. The Changeling Mafia is not too keen on people disrupting their works here.
There is a saying in Arganessen that silence is golden.
Well, alright. Let's go by that saying.
Just
Dragons
shut up.
are masters of silence.
Okay. Let's get started then. Real
You
careful,
also
like.
sell seashells by the seashore.
Suppose this means Frazzlefuse will have to avoid blowing anything up while we're in there.
He's going to get twitchy.
I'll make do. I'll make do. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You lying to me?
A little, but it's fine. It's fine.
Well, at least you're honest.
All right, so where to now?
What are the rest of you gonna do? I did my bit. It was really good.
It was. What about Frazzlefuse? Does he have any useful criminal contacts?
Oh man, I probably know a goblin. I probably know a goblin.
Are you sure he's not in jail?
I really hope that's actually the name of your resource skill.
It actually is.
I know it knows a goblin.
It is.
Thank God.
Not all of the gang is in jail, and not all of them know I'm a dickhead.
Nice.
I could poke around and I look around for whatever it is we're looking for that I've already. Something about people extorting.
Somebody is trying to extort the Syrian refugees in the High Walls district.
I could go in and ask a goblin I know, who's putting the screws to the poor Serbians.
Did you say Serbians?
Yeah, the Serbians.
I did. It was an honest mistake.
Well, this campaign's getting a little too real for me.
Yeah.
So it's at a 1d6 for knowing a goblin and asking about this.
Yeah.
Sirens.
Yep.
4.
A 4. I think a 4 is just a success too.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. All right. So you're asking around in Dragon Eyes, right? Since that's where nominally you are at the moment. Or did you have a place in mind? If not, we'll default to Dragon Eyes.
Let's give a look-see where it would be. I bet the slum it's a better place to ask gobos, and also they probably have some fingers in the slum pie too. I'd bet, because if
It's
they're
all
doing
a slum.
yeah, but I mean, there's the fallen slum over
Okay,
here.
okay, that's true.
And criminals are like roaches, you know, they sort of spread out and start
That's true.
putting their business everywhere. And then they eat shredded wheat, and it's disgusting. I know how they work. I can think like a crim.
Well, Frazzlefuse probably has at least some contacts within the Dask organized crime. That's like the third group that kind of runs over Sharn. There's the Changeling Mafia, the Hostile Cannon, and then Dask. Dask is mostly demi-humans, goblins, in fact.
That sounds legitimate.
It isn't it whatsoever.
No, they're upstanding businessmen. I can vouch for them. They will sell you oops insurance like you wouldn't believe.
All right.
Legit.
So they seem to be keeping a little better tabs on what's going on in Dragon Eyes because they too are not really in Dragon Eyes. Dragon Eyes is kind of the seat of the changeling power, but they want kind of a piece of that pie too. And of course, House Tarkanan is sort of filling up the, let's say, available space for Dask. So they kind of want to bump House Tarkanan off. And the way they're doing that at the moment is they apparently have a woman that they are following named Hyde. They don't really know much about her. They just know that she is House Tarkanan, and she's been spending a lot of time at the Crown's Miss Gambling Hall. That's all they really know.
Well,
Or all they're willing to tell us?
No, well, don't know.
as goblins go, usually when a goblin says that's all I know, they're kind of dumb. We're kind of dumb. So I'm gonna be relatable here. We're kind of dumb idiots. So it's probably true. We should check out that Lady Hyde at the gambling hall sometime. Maybe she's got something good and juicy to give us.
Well, why don't we check it out then?
I reckon it's time to seek out this hide.
So we go.
Rawhide? Alright, let me get the tea, and then I will go ahead and fill you in on what you see.
Okay.
No one? Alright.
Nah.
What?
I made the whip crack noise.
We heard it, but I decided to let it slip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rolling.
You know, like hide and seek and yeah.
I'm pretty sure that joke is older than most of the people listening to this.
That's probably true. My God, I'm showing my age again.
It was a hide and seek joke, not a rawhide joke.
You went that way.
I did.
We're focusing on where Jordan went.
Yes, we are.
Like all those hide and seek champions?
And we're trying to focus so we can find him. I've been hiding here for 10 years.
Well, I'm sure the deputy is good at finding people who are hiding.
He's mostly good at walking into literal minefields, but he can give it a shot.
He likes to arrest every mine.
You're under arrest.
You should try walking into a conversational minefield sometime.
He's definitely not. Well, we've got you for that.
Every time he's gonna arrest somebody and find some relics, and he'll be like, "It was justified."
All right, let's just.
See, that's the problem. He can't be robot Raylan Givens.
Garrett's is like a really weird cross between, I don't know, like a scholar and a Jehovah's Witness or something. It's just like, did you know that dragons are the best race? Would you like to know more about dragons?
Would you like to know more?
So then it was apt when you were referred to as a pilgrim.
Aw.
Alright, eyeballs. Or, I'm sorry, no. Dragon eyes, rather.
What?
Dragon eyes. That does.
Yes.
With the...
More.
Gyrax, by the way, is offended that a den of vice and sin would be called Dragon Eyes.
I'll get used to it, because dragon is appended to literally everything in Eberron.
Just constantly frowning in disapproval.
Alright, but the Crown's Mist Gambling Hall turns out to be about as tasteless as its name implies. I mean, if you really needed anything else to maybe point to some Syrian disgust, it's the Crown's Mist sign. It's pretty obviously making a tasteless reference to the dead gray mist that enveloped Sire.
Well, that's nice.
That's real classy.
It is very tasteless. And so it's a gambling hall. It's kind of seedy. Hey, Smug,
Yes, dear.
why don't you tell us what the Crown's Mist Gambling Hall looks like on the inside?
It's very pale inside.
Pale.
Indeed.
All right.
They've somehow got some kind of dry ice happening all over the place.
So it's even more tasteless than
Exactly,
those let off.
exactly. And a lot of pretty much all the waitresses, in addition to being ridiculously scantily clad, are also up like ghosts.
Like ghosts?
Yes, it's very bizarre.
tasteless.
Wait, the waitresses are scantily clad ghosts?
That's right.
They are.
So are they
This
just
place
like
just
painted
ultimate
gray?
combo.
Are they just like painted gray?
Well, somewhat. Some are wearing sheets.
Just
They're
scratch
walking
the
around
sheets?
going, whoa.
Indeed, some are scratchy, but others not so much. It is, however, incredibly tasteless.
All right. Since it is a gambling hall, it does have a plentiful amount of games going on, but all of them look like they're manned by rough customers. And naturally, anyone who enters this tasteless place has to be at least some kind of an asshole, because, I mean, really.
Because, I mean, we're inside it, so...
So yeah, you're in the Crown's Mist gambling hall. No one really comes to, talk to you, so what you do?
Well,
God
No.
damn it, Arp.
It's, that does nothing for me.
No.
Are we sure that's a ghost?
No.
well, Depp is, frowning so much as a robot can frown, narrowing his irises at the literal den of vices, where some warforged are putting their arms in vices and betting who can take more of a vicin. He shakes his head. Selling out their culture. Shameful.
Yeah, Mock is going to resist the urge to run over and place a bet, but he doesn't like being here. This is against his monk-like upbringing. He's also a very quiet person. He always has been.
Way to cover. But no, this is still the Dragon Eyes district. It is not run by Sirens. It's Relish people.
Relish people?
Brelish.
Brelish.
Breland is the country that we're in.
Like pickles?
No.
Yeah,
Breland is the country we're in. It's the Brelish people.
Alright, sorry. I just misheard it. I was thinking about relish.
You're just hungry. You want a hot
Yeah,
dog.
you're getting all excited. You're about to run out and get a Jacka dog.
I was gonna relish it.
Get some street meat.
Aww.
Alright, so we need to we're looking for this Hyde person, right?
Indeed. You have no idea what she looks like. Just that she's a she.
Okay.
And apparently all the she's here are dressed as sexy ghosts, so...
Well, I'm going to use my powers of observation to try and find someone who looks like they're more in charge.
Alright, sounds good.
Like a head ghost.
Or a pit boss.
That's
two.
not good.
A head ghost.
You were trained in observation, right?
Yeah. I got a twist.
You get a twist.
The only one here with a head ghost is you, Smug.
That's right.
The rest of us only have headcanon.
I am also a psychic.
In Depp's case, literally.
So, as you're looking around, no one really kind of stands out to you as being more in charge. I mean, of course, there's, some pit bosses and stuff like that, but they're really there just to make sure that people pay up.
Yep.
And while you're looking, this, it's a woman for sure, but there's a little bit something off about her. She kind of sidles up and says, "Are you looking for something, sir?" She's dressed way nicer than this place should really.
Wait. Is she a fancy ghost?
No, she's not in a ghost costume.
Zombie ghost, leave this place.
Yep. She must be the head ghost.
Aww.
Well, Depp looks down at the woman and says, ain't nothing with which you need to concern yourself, citizen.
Is that so?
I reckon not.
I would say that if a party of, and she trails her eyes off to look at, you six.
Rook just kind of smiles and waves.
People such as you are to enter this establishment, it certainly is unexpected, shall we say.
How do you mean? Dragonborn are very interested in ghosts. It is completely normal.
Depp just turns around and walks out. He's like, nope.
I'm just going to point out one of Gyrax's complications is that he is socially ignorant.
Really?
That's where we found out that was his. That's his fetish.
Yeah.
He pushes up his Coke bottle glasses.
I'm earning mad action points. His
Um,
other complications is he's clumsy.
well, we ain't here to cause any trouble.
That's particularly good, she says.
We're just looking to talk.
Really? Would that possibly be about House Tarkanan?
Well, that seems like the kind of thing it'd be right dangerous to talk about out in public, don't it?
Perhaps. She kind of looks around at the rest of the gambling hall and seems really dismissive of what's around her. She doesn't seem particularly concerned at all.
What species is she?
As far as you can tell, human.
Sexy ghost.
Confirmed.
Well, if Depp says so.
Don't expect Depp to be able to tell any of you apart.
You fleshies all look alike.
I mean, you can try to make like a observation check.
Again?
Okay.
So, this is Rook
specifically
doing.
trained in.
Okay.
So you're just going by what is presented then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But sure, I'll roll.
Okay.
I'll roll real good.
Damn! Okay, that would be an unskilled roll, I believe.
Yeah.
He just learned a skill.
You just learned how to tell what races people are. No, but
Finally.
Finally, I can be
my
racist.
God.
Drilla didn't
He's been a
even come
dwarf
further.
this whole time?
He's now got the ability to tell man from woman at a glance.
So add your
All
new
right.
skill, racism, and we'll just move on.
but yeah, it should be like perception or observation or something like that.
Racial profiling.
Or you can choose to get an extra bonus. I mean, it's up to you. Or you can learn the skill. It's either or.
I'll learn the skill.
Alright.
Why not?
All right, so you're pretty sure that it's human, but there is something that stands out about her. She's wearing a very particular amulet, and it looks like a custom sort of deal.
Okay.
It's sort of a symbol of a crescent moon with a sword through it.
And that's
Yeah.
not something I've seen before, is it?
No, but it's very distinct.
Okay.
Anyone here familiar with organizations or anything like that?
Well, I could make a history roll, perhaps.
Or-
Huh?
Rook would probably have to point it
As
out
we
first.
stop to talk about it.
Is
Yeah.
that
Let's
how
see.
about Rook just compliments her on her item? Start rolling that charisma.
Well, it depends on what he's trying to do with that. If he's just kind of trying to compliment her, doesn't need to roll.
Yeah, just trying to butter her up a bit. You know, that's a lovely amulet. I've never seen its like before.
She positively glows and smiles and says, "Yes, it's one of a kind."
Gyrax produces an actual tub of butter, thinking to help you out.
I'm sorry, he doesn't understand metaphors. Okay, what was the name of the person we were looking for?
Hide.
Hide with a Y.
Uh-oh.
Expect her to, have sunglasses, sideburns.
I was going
a
for the
certain
jackal
aroma
angle.
about her.
I was going to go for the jackal angle on that one.
It's too late now.
We were actually looking for someone by the name of Hyde.
Then it seems like that would be very difficult. She just made a kind of a bad joke.
It's a pun.
Skylar's just got the metal hand over her mouth so she can crack up.
But that's all she gives.
Mock sighs loudly.
So,
Well, we'd heard the name mentioned in connection with this fine establishment. I'm guessing you don't know anybody by that name.
Well, I never said that. I do know her, and I know what she's about. The question is, what are you about?
6'1".
but
Aw.
She's not the only one that can make bad jokes.
They just get into a pun.
Pun battle, pun
So
battle.
this is the human mating ritual. Interesting.
And it got
Gyrax is just scribbling notes with a huge quill feather pen.
Just drawing dicks.
I'm pretty sure he'd
well,
be
he's a
drawing
dragonborn, so he's
cloaca.
drawing hemipenis.
Alright, so you two are flirting?
I guess.
Are you gonna seduce the information out of her?
I don't have seduction. I do have fast talking, though.
Oh, what's the difference? That's what pickup artists
But
will tell you.
indeed. Aw.
Oh,
Aw. Where'd this fedora come from? No! No!
no, that's only if you roll a twist. But yeah, are you going to try to wheedle some information out of her?
Yes.
All right, and you're going to try with fast talk.
Or etiquette, actually. I could go either way.
Well, just say how you're doing it so that we can figure out stuff.
Well, probably, I guess the bad puns are going to continue back and forth. But, try to seem charming enough that she would want to tell me things.
Okay. Then roll whichever one.
Alright, I'll go
Which
with
is
etiquette.
1 to 6
since
in
I'm-
either way. Okay. All right, that's not quite a 6, but
Yeah.
it still succeeds.
Hooray!
All right. So back and forth you go. There's just really like long string of like really bad puns that have to do with ghosts, mists, and hide. Eventually, the puns are woven together in such a way where she paints a picture where you get the impression that you're in the right place, but she's kind of telling you that you're not going to find it just by walking through the front door, basically, because she's true to her name. She's hiding.